You have made it through high school and college. Now it's time for the pros. And let me just fill you in on a little not so secret. I am a huge Dallas Cowboys fan, and I'm not sorry. I'm from Oklahoma. We don't have a team, so Dallas is like our home team. Plus, they're the best. So, huge Cowboys fan. You can judge me. I don't care. Go Dallas. But anyways, we're going to have to backtrack a little bit. 2011, I told you, was a big pivotal year for football for me, for the offensive line. And that is the year that the Dallas Cowboys drafted Tyron Smith, left tackle, out of USC. Now, a lot of people understood, but they weren't super excited about it. They were like, okay, it's necessary, but whatever. Now, 2 years later was 2013. And that is my favorite draft that I ever remember because Dallas drafted my favorite player of all time, Travis Frederick, a center out of Wisconsin. Now, let the record show, Wisconsin is offensive line university. That's it. That's done. No arguments, no discussion. That's the tweet. Drop the mic. Let me repeat myself. Wisconsin is O-line U. I mean, they breed elite offensive linemen up there. Go Badgers. Yeah, that's it. Anyways, not only was that a big draft for the Cowboys, but the 2013 draft was super big and memorable for me because within the first round, 9 offensive linemen were drafted. Within the first 10 picks, 5 of them were offensive linemen. And the first 2 picks overall were offensive tackles. Shout out to Eric Fisher for being number 1 overall. But everybody was freaking out looking for quarterbacks and receivers and everything else. And where's the stars in this draft? Who cares? The offensive linemen were the highlight of that draft year. And it finally helped me show everybody else, like, if you don't invest in your O-line, you're not going to have a good offense. You know, it may not be glamorous. It may not be exciting. It may not be the superstars that you were wanting. But guess what? You're getting the good ones. Now, that was 2013. 2014, Dallas drafted Zach Martin out of Notre Dame. And by then, Cowboys fans were really bummed because they spent the last 3 of 4 drafts picking offensive linemen in the first round. I mean, it's not exciting. It's not fun. Everyone was begging for a new quarterback. Whatever. I was so excited, so stoked, because they finally were investing in improving the offensive line and giving... Doesn't matter. You could have a crappy quarterback with the offensive line that we were having. We didn't have a crappy quarterback. Shout out Tony Romo. But you get my point. 2013 draft was huge. 2014 brought on another one. The timeline, I was ecstatic. So that kind of explains why I am a big offensive line fan for Dallas and for the pros and all of that. So high school, college, pros, all within the same time frame-ish, from the season of 2010 to the season of now. I mean, super excited. I love watching the offensive line on all levels. Okay, so I really hope that explains everything to you in regards to how I got the nickname Coach E and why I am so passionate about the offensive line. These days, no matter who I'm watching, college, pros, whatever, I don't watch the ball. I don't care who catches it. I don't care who carries it. I'm watching the line of scrimmage. I'm seeing whose footwork is on fleek. I'm seeing who's pulling, who's blocking, who is missing their block, who's holding, all of that fun stuff. My eyes are on the offensive line. And, I'm usually the first to detect, oh, that's going to be a flag, or, oh, so-and-so missed their block, whatever. It proves to be pretty funny, honestly, if I am watching a game in public, especially the Cowboys, because, for example, if I am cheering for / yelling at Zach, being Zach Martin, people literally correct me and say, no, it's Dak, with a D, Dak, it's not Zach. I'm like, seriously? Hello? I know who I'm cheering for, but whatever. Or, no, it's not Zach, it's Zeke. Seriously? Like, yeah, I want them to do good too, but I know what our eyes are on two different people. But, and I really do appreciate the offensive line, what their job is. I mean, they're so unique because they are the offensive players that technically play defense. They defend the quarterback. Very, 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 very rarely do they ever score points. And when they do, it is a huge deal. They just are the unsung heroes. I mean, people will shout them out when they're doing bad. Like, oh, so-and-so got a holding call or a false start. Or, oh, our quarterback's getting creamed. Or, oh, we can't run the ball worth crap. Or whatever. And it's because your O-line's not doing good. But when they are doing good, everyone's silent. So, it's, they're the unsung heroes, and I've grown to really appreciate them. I mean, they're the biggest and strongest guys on the field. How can you not pay attention to them? Luckily, these days, a lot of offensive linemen, whatever. They're getting a lot of hype, which is really, really great. But I have been super passionate about them from day one. I know what to look for. Now, let's be honest. I don't know how to read a defense to know who's going where. Don't know, don't care. I do know what it's supposed to look like. I know what good blocking is in regards to footwork and punching and all of that. Like, I know how that's supposed to look. I know how pulls are supposed to go. I know who's supposed to pick up what. But when it comes to like reading a defense or like this, that, the other, whatever. I see who misses their block. I see who blocks well. I see who gets those pancakes. That's where my eyes are. Now, I hope that answers all of that and why I'm a big offensive line fan, because that's all I got. That is really, really just it. I will say something interesting. I used to really, really be big into college football. Obviously, Oklahoma State, but just college football is way more fun and whatever. Now that I know people throughout the country in the pros, I'm more of like a, oh, hey, I'm going to cheer for them because I know him. Oh, I know who that is. Oh, I'm a big fan of his. I kind of like pro football a little bit better. Call me crazy. But that is Coach E in a nutshell. Thank you so much for taking the time to get to know me a little bit, get to know what I am passionate about and how I got to be passionate about it. If there are any other questions, follow me on Twitter. I don't know how this works. I'm new to this whole thing. But again, thank you guys so much for getting to know me a little bit more. I hope this wasn't too much of a disaster. I'm going to try to keep stories going. I still have a lot to tell you guys about me and my life, football, not football, whatever. So stay tuned. Go check out my channel. Does that make me official? You guys have a great day. We'll see ya.